Picture this. Right now, in this very moment, you have the ability to turn your life's biggest struggles into your greatest triumphs. But the real question is, how? Today, we're going deep into the core of Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that has helped countless people rise above hardship and find stillness in the middle of the storm for thousands of years. Think back to the last time something pushed you to your limit, a moment that tested your patience or rattled your confidence. How did you handle it? Did you let your first instinct take the wheel? Or did you choose a reaction that reflected who you truly are at your core? That right there is where Stoicism becomes your greatest ally, showing us how to meet life's hardest moments with courage, clarity, and calm. What we're exploring today is a concept rooted in ancient wisdom that couldn't be more relevant to the world we live in right now. It's the art of teaching your mind to respond instead of react. And this goes much deeper than just keeping a cool head when things get heated. It's about developing a profound inner awareness, a steadiness in the present moment that lets you move through life's highs and lows with purpose and grace. The Stoics, those ancient thinkers known for their grounded and practical view of existence, had a great deal to say on this subject. Their core belief was that while we rarely control what happens to us, we always control how we interpret and respond to it. Stoicism asks us to direct our attention toward what lies within our power, stepping back from the chaos of external events and grounding ourselves in our own reasoned choices. That Stoic wisdom is what can teach us to pause, reflect, and act with intention rather than impulse. So why does any of this matter? Consider how much of your stress, your regret, your frustration stems from automatic reactions to the things people say or do. Now picture a version of yourself that stays grounded, clear-headed, and composed, even when everything around you is in turmoil. This isn't just about finding more peace of mind. It's about becoming a more capable, empathetic, and unshakable person. Someone whose presence has a positive effect, not only on their own life, but on everyone they encounter. Throughout this conversation, we'll walk through a series of strategies drawn from both modern psychology and Stoic tradition to help you build this responsive way of thinking. We'll examine how to develop mindfulness, why identifying and expressing your emotions in healthy ways matters, and how to keep the larger picture in view, something the Stoics were exceptional at. By the time we're done, you'll have a practical set of tools to help you pause, evaluate, and respond thoughtfully to whatever life sends your way. So let's take this journey together, anchoring ourselves in Stoic wisdom and the genuine power of our own minds to choose our responses and reshape our experiences for the better. As we begin to understand what it really means to respond rather than react, we step into a space where every thought and every action carries weight and intention, a space that mirrors the teachings of Stoicism at their most essential. The Stoics, those revered philosophers of ancient Greece and Rome, held a vision of life that speaks directly to the demands of our fast-moving modern world. They taught that true mastery lies in the ability to govern one's own emotions and reactions, and that real strength comes from choosing your response in any given situation rather than being carried away by it. Why is developing this ability so essential? Consider a tense moment at work or a difficult personal situation. The natural human default is to react immediately, driven by a surge of raw emotion. That kind of reaction, while completely understandable, rarely serves us well over time. It inflames conflicts, damages relationships, and leads to choices we often come to regret. This is precisely where Stoic wisdom steps in. The Stoics believed in living in alignment with nature and reason, in building a life where every action flows from virtue and rational thought. By adopting this philosophy, we learn to observe our first impulses, examine them honestly, and choose a path that aligns with our deepest values and long-term vision. Responding rather than reacting means giving yourself a beat when something triggers you. It means stepping back to examine not only what's happening outside of you, but what's stirring within you. That brief reflective pause gives you the chance to consider your options and land on one that is measured, balanced, and genuinely within your control. Practicing this Stoic approach doesn't mean pushing your emotions down or pretending they aren't there. It means acknowledging them, understanding where they come from, and then deciding whether and how they should shape your next move. This way of engaging with the world protects your inner calm and your integrity, regardless of what's happening around you. The power of responding over reacting reaches far beyond personal peace. It shapes the quality of your relationships, the strength of your leadership, and your ability to stay resilient when life tests you. When you respond with thoughtfulness, you signal respect, understanding, and genuine empathy toward others, making room for more meaningful and productive exchanges. Now let's talk about the actual strategies for retraining the mind. Committing to this kind of inner transformation takes more than good intentions. It demands consistent and deliberate practice, much like the disciplines the Stoics themselves embraced every single day. These ancient thinkers left behind timeless guidance that can anchor a modern approach to building a responsive rather than reactive mind. We begin with self-awareness, which sits at the very foundation of Stoic philosophy. The Stoics placed enormous value on introspection and on truly understanding one's own thoughts and what drives them. In practical terms, this means developing a sharp awareness of your mental and emotional states from moment to moment. When you can clearly observe your thoughts and feelings, you gain the ability to manage them with skill. That heightened awareness lets you catch the early signals of an emotional reaction and creates the essential first opening to choose a different, more reasoned path forward. From there, we turn to the practice of pausing, which is simple in concept, yet powerful in effect. Marcus Aurelius, one of history's great Stoic thinkers, wrote frequently about the gap that exists between a stimulus and a response, the space where we actually hold the power to choose. By training yourself to pause, even briefly, you create distance from your initial impulse. That pause might be a slow breath, a moment of quiet reflection, or a flash of meditation. In that space, you can consult your inner Stoic, asking yourself what virtue demands right now and what response would reflect your highest self. Another vital strategy is reframing how you perceive a situation, a technique the Stoics used consistently to stay balanced in the face of difficulty. Reframing means deliberately choosing to look at a situation from a different angle, one that strips away some of its emotional charge and opens up new ways of engaging with it. For example, rather than viewing a difficult situation at work as something threatening, you might choose to see it as a chance to grow stronger and prove your resilience. Shifting the story you tell yourself shifts your emotional response and expands your range of possible actions. The Stoics were also firm believers in focusing on what lies within our control and releasing what does not. Applying this principle means investing your energy wisely, responding actively where you genuinely have agency, and accepting everything else as it comes. This isn't passivity or indifference. It's about knowing exactly where your real power lives and choosing to act there with both intention and integrity. Finally, the habit of consistent reflection and self-adjustment is central to reshaping the mind. The Stoics practiced daily self-examination, reviewing their actions and measuring their progress toward living virtuously. In the same way, you can close each day by looking back on your responses, honoring the moments when you chose thoughtfulness, and taking honest stock of the moments when reactivity won out. This ongoing cycle of review and refinement develops a responsive mindset and nurtures the wisdom and equilibrium that Stoicism prizes above all else. Weaving these strategies into daily life doesn't just pay tribute to the Stoic legacy. It actively empowers you to live with more purpose, more calm, and more real effectiveness. Through committed practice over time, you reshape your mind, guiding it toward responses that express your deepest values and your truest aspirations. Mindfulness, at its heart, is the practice of cultivating a full and genuine awareness of the present moment. It means observing your thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations without judging them, allowing you to see their nature and their influence more clearly. When you practice mindfulness, you align yourself with the Stoic aim of living consciously and with intention, planting your feet firmly in the now, the only place where you actually have the power to act. One concrete way to build mindfulness is through focused attention exercises, such as breath meditation. Simply watching your breath, following each inhale and each exhale, trains the mind to sustain attention and to gently return its focus when it drifts away. This isn't just a relaxation tool. It's a genuine mental workout, building your capacity to stay present and concentrated amid the constant noise and demands of everyday life. Mindful observation is another essential practice, and it can be applied to virtually any daily activity, transforming ordinary moments into opportunities for real presence. Whether you're eating a meal, going for a walk, or working through routine tasks, you can practice complete engagement with what you're doing, noticing every detail with genuine curiosity and openness. This enriches the experience itself while also strengthening your ability to stay focused and responsive across a wide range of situations. Body scan meditation offers another powerful doorway into mindfulness and physical presence. By moving your attention slowly through different areas of the body, you develop a stronger connection with your physical self and begin to notice and release tensions and emotions that have accumulated there. This practice resonates with the Stoic reflection on the nature of bodily experience and the importance of ensuring that physical sensations do not override the guidance of rational thought. Bringing mindfulness into your interactions with other people can also transform the quality of your relationships and the way you communicate. When you're truly present with someone, listening with full attention, and observing without rushing to judge, you create the conditions for deeper understanding and more authentic connection. This reflects the Stoic value of genuine empathy and the recognition that everyone around us is also a rational being, working through their own unique challenges and experiences. By committing to these mindfulness practices, you walk the same path the Stoics traveled, one that leads toward greater clarity, inner quiet, and effectiveness in everything you do. As mindful presence grows in you, you equip yourself to meet life's inevitable difficulties with grace, wisdom, and composure, embodying the living spirit of a Stoic-inspired existence. Now let's turn toward the practical application of everything we've covered, because understanding these ideas is only the beginning. The real transformation happens when you bring this mindfulness and Stoic insight into your everyday life, building a way of living where thoughtful response consistently outweighs reactive impulse. This isn't about suppressing your natural instincts. It's about enriching your entire engagement with life, reflecting the Stoic virtue of acting with deliberate intention and clear reason. To truly embody these principles, you need daily practices that reinforce the habit of responding. Imagine you're walking into a difficult situation, maybe a disagreement with a colleague, or an unexpected setback that throws your plans into disarray. The first impulse is usually emotional, fueled by frustration or disappointment. But this is precisely the moment to draw on your Stoic training, to pause, breathe, and ask yourself what the bigger picture actually looks like. What would a Stoic philosopher do here? That question isn't a call to shut down your feelings. It's an invitation to bring your rational mind online, to assess the situation with greater objectivity and identify a response that is actually constructive. In this space, you're not eliminating your emotions. You're giving them direction. You're acknowledging what you feel, tracing it back to its source, and then, from a place of clarity and calm, deciding on the course of action that best aligns with your values and your goals. In practical terms, this might mean taking a short walk before responding to an email that set you off. Or it might mean sitting with a conflict long enough to identify the real underlying issue, rather than firing back at whatever's on the surface. Every time you choose to respond rather than react, you're strengthening a pattern of engaged and thoughtful living, building real resilience and deepening your sense of peace. Making this part of your daily routine amplifies its power exponentially. Start each morning with a moment of reflection on your intentions, reminding yourself of your commitment to respond with care in whatever situations arise. Keep a journal where you can track your responses, note the wins, and honestly examine where there's room to grow. And carry with you a mindset of lifelong learning and adaptation, because each new day is a fresh opportunity to practice and strengthen your mastery of response over reaction. By choosing this path, you're doing more than managing stress or navigating conflict more skillfully. You're adopting a way of living that reflects the Stoic pursuit of virtue and genuine wisdom. You're choosing to live with real intentionality, matching your actions to your highest ideals, and, in doing so, contributing something of genuine value to a world that needs more reasoned, compassionate, and considered voices. The shift from reaction to response is one of the most transformative journeys a person can undertake. It calls us toward a richer and more honest relationship with both our inner world and the world around us. It's the path the Stoics walked with seriousness and dedication, and now, guided by their accumulated wisdom, we too can aspire to move through life's uncertainties with grace, steadiness, and reason, carrying the true spirit of Stoicism forward into our own time. The heart of everything we've explored is not simply about managing individual reactions in specific moments. It's about weaving a responsive and thoughtful orientation into the very foundation of how you live. By genuinely embracing Stoic principles, focusing on what lies within your control, acting with reason, and always reaching toward virtue, you give yourself the inner resources to navigate life's hardest moments with greater balance and real purpose. This Stoic-inspired way of living invites you to treat every single moment as a practice ground for your commitment to response over reaction. Whether you're dealing with minor daily frustrations, meaningful setbacks, or decisions that will shape the course of your life, each situation is a fresh opportunity to embody Stoic virtues of wisdom, courage, justice, and self-discipline. By consistently choosing the thoughtful response, you not only improve the quality of your own life, but become a positive force in the lives of everyone around you. Keep in mind that the journey toward mastering response over reaction never fully ends. Like the Stoics themselves, we must stay committed to self-reflection, regularly taking stock of where we stand and adjusting our approach as we learn and grow. That dedication to personal development doesn't just move us closer to who we want to be. It ripples outward, shaping our relationships, our communities, and the larger world we all share. As we bring this conversation to a close, remember this. Every moment is a choice. Every moment is a new chance to carry within you the calm, the resilience, and the wisdom that Stoicism teaches. In the story of your life, the way you respond is a direct expression of your character, shaped with intention and lived with purpose. Go deeper. Keep exploring. Search out the ideas and practices that help you live with greater wisdom and authenticity. Thank you for being here and for choosing the path of mindful response over automatic reaction. May everything ahead of you be filled with clarity, virtue, and lasting peace.